Alrighty, guys. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back here to another live stream, my friends. Hope everyone is having a fantastic night. We are here for a little bit of live coverage for you guys at nighttime. I figured you guys would definitely need this tonight. That way we can help you guys out, help keep you guys weather aware and prepared, of course. So let's go ahead and jump on into it, my friends. Let's go ahead and give a warm welcome to everybody in chat. We have Kamar, is that how you say your name? I think it's Kamar. Tell me if I'm wrong. We have Jared. Let's see. We have Crystal. We have Moon River. We have Amber, Raka, Kermit, Silent, Ponderosa. Of course, everybody else who is not here but chatting. Hope you're doing good. What's up, Kath? Amber says, not my area this time. Just came to show some love. Thank you for being so consistent and reliable. You rock. Thank you so much, Amber. I appreciate that. And you're very welcome. Like I said, I'm glad to be here with you guys. Glad to help out. Certainly, you know, like I said, I definitely wanted to cover the night shift here tonight. We did just lose a tornado watch up in northeastern Kansas. However, we still have the one up here in Wisconsin for the next 2 hours here. So we are still watching those storms kind of roll through here. I did get some cameras tonight, too, so that we can actually look at that. So we'll be able to pull up cameras and stuff. What's up, Moon River? Kermit says, do I think they'll upgrade the Tuesday threats? What, like for tomorrow? I don't think so, personally, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. What's up, Silent? Hope you're doing good. What's up, Ponderosa? Silent wants me to look at the zip code real quick. Okay, I got you real fast. Then we're going to hop down to Oklahoma real quickly. So, you, my friend, you're up in Louisiana. You're actually pretty good. The outlook here for today, hopping back over here to the day one outlook, you're actually not in that risk area here. So you're actually looking pretty good for today. Now tomorrow, same thing, you're pretty good. Really not much going on. Day three, we might have to look out for because I think you are in that. Actually, you know what? No, you're in that general thunderstorm risk. Yeah, so the next 3 days you're good, man. You're good. Let's see. What's up, Kayla? Saying, hey, Andrew. Hey, Andrew, everyone. Could you tell me about the severe threat for tomorrow? How bad do I think it'll be, please? And thank you. I got you, Kayla. Let me pull this up real quickly. Let me check on this area. So you're up there in Indiana. Gotcha. So, yeah, you're going to be in that level 2 threat. That slight risk here for severe weather tomorrow. So we're definitely going to need to look out there for that. Now, tornado-wise, we're not in that tornado threat tomorrow, which is good. We do have a little bit of a wind threat, 15% risk here. Potential for gusts up to 60 miles an hour, within the storm. So nothing super, super crazy. Still a little bit of a wind risk, though. And in terms of hail, we do have a 5% chance for hail. So really the main threat tomorrow is just going to be potential for some gusty winds and whatnot. So we'll look out there for that. All right, so let's go ahead and take a moment over here to take a look at the radar up in Oklahoma. We do got a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings in effect here, just to the east of Oklahoma City. Going on out here. We have a severe thunderstorm warning out there by Bethel Acres, Shawnee, Brooksville, Macomb, and Tribby. Expires in 24 minutes here. Popping over to velocity. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of craziness going on in there, so that's good. That is warned, though, for the concern of 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter hail. The warning that we have another warning ahead of that out here by Cromwell, Johnson, another one for Boley, Castle, and Okima. In which these ones out here are for ping pong ball hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts overall. This one's for golf ball hail and 70 mile an hour winds. The one out there by Cromwell and Johnson. So just a bit of a heads up. That one actually does contain some pretty strong winds, and you can actually kind of see it here in this portion there. That's that high velocity. I just drew a hot dog there. It looks like. But yeah, we got some pretty decent velocities going on with that. So. Definitely need to watch out there for that one. That's heading out there by Cromwell, Oklahoma. We got a couple up here south of Lubbock, too. A couple severe thunderstorm warnings here. We have one out by Andrews, out by Seminole, Texas. This is not Seminole, Oklahoma. This is Seminole, Texas, okay? In which this includes Andrews, Seminole, also goes up here towards Ashmore, Tahoka, I think it is, Wilson, and New Home. This one's in effect here for quarter hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So that's really all the warnings going on right now. Like I mentioned, we do have that tornado watch that we're still watching up here in Wisconsin. We have about 2 hours on it, but to be honest with you, right now Wisconsin's pretty clear from anything big. There is currently no warnings in Wisconsin. Now, just know that the environment still theoretically is capable of producing nasty weather. So we still need to look out for it. We still can't just brush it off and call it a night, because there still is going to be that possibility of some nasty weather, and that's the whole reason that we're here tonight. So, anyways, let's see. I'm glad I can sleep since Chicago's in the clear. Looking at Chicago here, the region, yeah, it's pretty clear as of now. Going over to the outlook here for today. I mean, SPC still has Chicago and that marginal risk there, but yeah, for the most part, I think you'll be relatively safe. All right, you're welcome, Silent, no problem. Can I check on Yazoo, Mississippi? Of course, I could do that for you. By the way, guys, if you could leave a like, hit that subscribe button, be greatly appreciated. Yazoo, Mississippi, yeah, you guys are good. Next 3 days, actually, y'all are chilling. Nothing really big going on within the next 3 days out there by Mississippi. So that's certainly some good news. Yeah, the next 3 days we're chilling out there. But tomorrow, like we mentioned, we do actually have 2 areas of enhanced risk here. One up in Texas. Little enhanced risk here, and another one up into the northeast, out by Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York State. Level 3 risk here tomorrow. They actually did add a 5% tornado risk on that level 3 threat that we have, that enhanced risk. That's a level 2 tornado threat, but we do have a 5% chance for Wichita Falls areas tomorrow too. Winds, got a significant wind threat tomorrow. Significant out there across Texas. Potential for heavy gusts, 70 plus. We got a good probability for damaging winds up in the northeast here. 30% chance here in the red. So then hail, we do have that significant hail threat tomorrow, extending from Texas into Oklahoma, a little bit of Arkansas, Missouri. Potential for hail 2 inches in diameter and larger. So yeah, so we'll definitely be watching that. Okay. Let's see here. Sewing says, am I getting nothing? I think I remember where you're at, Sewing. You're a classic here on the channel. Yeah, no, aren't you in Blackwell? See, some people I remember. If you've stuck around for me for a while, I'll remember you. But yeah, out there, you're pretty clear. You're pretty good as of right now, so not much going on. All right, see you later, Kermit. Thanks for joining. No problem, Jared. Let's see here. How's northern Indiana looking for tonight and tomorrow? And South Bend also, what does the sounding look like? If I can check when I get a time. Yeah, so this is up in northern Indiana for tonight, tomorrow. Okay, so you're out there by South Bend. Gotcha. Yeah, so South Bend's up here. Okay. So SPC tomorrow, we do have that marginal risk, that level 1 severe weather threat. So, your risk for severe weather is actually quite small. I mean, but given the fact that we are in that SPC, the fact that we are in that marginal risk here, it still is a risk, for severe weather. Now, tornadoes, thankfully, is not going to be a concern out where you're at. So, tornadoes aren't going to be a problem. They shouldn't be a problem. In terms of damaging winds, we do have a 5% chance for gusty winds here. We could see some gusts, perhaps up to like 60 miles an hour or so. And then hail, actually, you're outside of that hail threat. So, yeah, this is solely just a gusty wind concern. I mean, to be honest, there's really no reason to do a sounding out here. I'd have to bring up the other program and stuff. But to be honest, yeah, just look out for a little bit of gusty winds within the region. Can't rule it out. Let's see. Is Jackson, Tennessee good? So Tennessee. Yeah, so Jackson, Tennessee, we do actually have a level 1 threat tomorrow. You can see Jackson barely makes it in that marginal risk here. So given that, I mean, we should be weather aware. I mean, even if you're in the lowest level of severity, it still is a severe weather risk. So, you are in that marginal. Tornado-wise, not expecting tornadic activity. A little bit of gusty winds, and that's really about the only concern. Yeah, the hail threat's actually just north of Jackson as of right now. But, yeah, really the main concern is just going to be that 5% wind risk here, essentially. So, basically what that means is that within a 25-mile radius around you, there's a 5% chance of some gusty winds going on there. So that's that. All right, let's hop back over here to radar. We're going to take a look back at these storms here. So we do have a pretty strong set of storms rolling through. This is up here just southeast of Oklahoma City. You can actually see out there by Morven and Macomb. You guys are getting hit pretty good right now, it looks like. We do have a bit of a hail core in there, if you guys could actually see. This warning here is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-size hail overall. So that's that. Then hopping up to the warning northeast of that, Castle, Bowley. You guys are getting it pretty good right now. Coming up here on Okima and Cromwell. These are actually two different warnings. The one for Cromwell expires in 1 minute for golf ball hail and 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. The one for Castle, Okima, we still got 31 minutes for ping pong ball hail, as well as 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts there. So that's the warnings out there. Then we hop back to Texas real quickly. We do have a bit of a long warning here. I mean, look how long that warning is. Let's see here. So that's, or is that two different warnings, actually? I think, yeah, that's two different warnings. Okay. But yeah, that goes for Andrews, Seminole, Texas, Ashmore, Welch, Texas, which this one has 60-mile-an-hour winds and half-dollar hail, so 1.25 inches in diameter. The top one has quarter hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, which expires here in, 15 minutes, sorry. So that's all that's going on right now. But like I mentioned, anything could pop off at any time, so we need to be weather aware. The good news, like I said, that tornado watch doesn't have too much longer. Let's see here. Did they change Texas or no? What do you mean by that? So Texas is in that enhanced risk tomorrow. There is a bit of Texas included in that. Here, let me bring back that real quickly. So yeah, tomorrow Texas, get out there by like the Midland, Big Spring, Snyder area, out by Wichita Falls. We do have a level 3. So just want to go ahead and mention that here. Let's see here. Hydra says, how is Siloam Springs, Northwest Arkansas, look like for tonight and tomorrow? Let me look. Hydra. Let's see what we got going on here. So you, in Arkansas. Okay, so you are up here on the northwestern side. Yeah, you're very far northwest here. So given the risk, you're in that level. Well, you are in that level 2 threat here for tomorrow. So, so that gives you a 2% chance for tornadoes. So within a 25-mile radius around you, there's a 2% chance of a tornado dropping, which is fairly low probability. In terms of damaging wind gusts, we have a 15% risk out there for gusty winds, perhaps upwards of 60 miles an hour. In terms of hail, we actually do have a significant hail threat here overall, which we are talking the potential here for hail 2 inches in diameter and larger, with an overall hail risk of 15%. So certainly we got to look out there for that. Some hail could be quite large. So just be weather aware tomorrow, as we do have that storm system kind of roll through. Certainly there could be some severe weather in the area. It's not 100% sure that there will be, but because not everybody will see severe weather in the risk area. We just need you to be weather aware, okay? Let's see here. Is Columbia, Missouri good for tonight and tomorrow? Let's look here. Let's see here. Columbia, Missouri. All right, so you, my friend. Okay, so you are in. Yeah, so you are actually in that that level 2 threat here for today. So yeah, you do have a level 2 risk out there for severe weather. That includes a 5% chance for tornadoes. So within a 25-mile radius around you, there's a 5% chance of a tornado dropping. So, the odds are still fairly low for tornadoes, but yeah, just we need to keep an eye out there for that. In terms of damaging winds, we do have a 15% wind risk here and a 15% hail risk as well. So hail could be ranging anywhere from 1 to 2 inches in diameter, and gusty winds could be upwards of 60 to 70 miles an hour maximum. These are wind gusts. Potentially. Let's see here. What's up, Scott? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, I agree, Jared. It's very solid. Isaac said earlier there's a destructive severe storm with 3-inch hail and 70 mile an hour. Was that observed or was that warned? Because we did a little bit of coverage earlier. We didn't do too much coverage. We did a little bit. And I think we saw 2.75-inch hail got reported. Definitely got some big stuff going on. I don't know how many reports do we have today. Let me pull this up. We only have 2 tornado reports. So, you know what? To be quite fair, I mean, I think it's almost safe to say. I mean, things could still change, but so far from yesterday's events, it didn't really seem to play out too well, which is good. Obviously, that's a good thing. But hey, like I said, we can't let our guards down because the risk, the environment still is very much capable of, severe weather of all hazards. So. We still do need to be watching this closely. Yeah, let's see if we can get some cameras up for you guys. We do have some cams that we can overlay here. So let me go ahead and add some. Let's see. We have lacrosse. See if we can get maybe some. Okay, here we go. Some layout here would be pretty good. Here, let me bring you guys over here to this page here. We're going to overlay some cameras here. We'll just have a traffic camera up there for now. All right, see you later, Jared. Thanks for joining, man. Sewing says Southern Oklahoma got big hail and grapefruit, my guess. Oh. Wow. Did you have that? That's actually pretty crazy. Goodness. Let's see here. Jameson, is that how you say your name? I'm so sorry. I'm not good with names, but thank you for the 20. Say, I appreciate you and everything you do. I hope you and your family stay safe as well. I appreciate everything you do. Keep up the great work, and I'll always come back to you You see, come back. You do the best. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, Jameson. I'm so sorry. I can't say your name right. I appreciate the 20. That was super sweet of you. You certainly did not have to do that, my friend. Thank you so much. That's awesome. You guys in chat, please give him a big thank you. Is it Jameson? Jamison, maybe? I'm really sorry. But thank you so much. I appreciate that, my friend. Let's see here. Yeah, so we don't really have much warning activity up in Wisconsin. So we do have that tornado watch that's still here for another 2 hours. But to be quite fair, it might even be canceled earlier. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, they might pull it earlier. We'll see. But for now, it's still there. Here, let's remove my little marker here from earlier. Yeah, that's where we were looking at the hail core. It's moved a bit since then. All right, let's see here. So so we're watching a storm here. Severe warning storm, guys, southeast of Oklahoma City. This is out by Shawnee, Tecumseh. I think that's how you say that. Out there by Brooksville, and Earlsboro, also including Harjo, Chisney, and Morven. Got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for 8 minutes. So quarter hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So kind of a baseline, normal severe thunderstorm warning. Nothing super significant. I do get another warning to the northeast of that, out by Okima Castle area. Which this one is for golf ball hail. Golf ball hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So that one's certainly got a little bit more kick to it. So yeah, if you're out there, just be sure that you're away from windows and indoors. So. All right, then hopping down to Texas real quickly. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Andrews, Seminole, Texas. Remember, this is not Seminole, Oklahoma. I don't want people getting this mistake. Seminole, Texas, Andrews, Texas here, including Welch, Pride, Ashmore, Loop. Let's see here, Frankel City. This one is warned for the next 37 minutes for golf ball hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts on that one. So we do have another warning north of that. There's actually a boundary here. You guys can hardly see it, but this is two separate warnings. We have one warning up here, then we have the other warning down here. That top warning here, this one is here. This one is about to expire in about 6 minutes here. 60-mile-per-hour wind gust, quarter hail. So it's pretty baseline too. So, did we get a new warning? Sure did. Sure did. So up here in eastern Oklahoma, Okmulgee. I tell you, these Oklahoma ones are the death of me. We have Morris. Let's see here. Schulter? Is that Schulter? Wilson. Let's see here. Park, Wheeler, Corner, Preston, Layden, and Bald Hill. Pumpkin Center. I can say that one. Got an hour on that one. That's goofball size hail. Golf ball hail. 60-mile-per-hour wind gust there. So, yeah, like I mentioned, something that magnitude, you really should be indoors and away from windows. You really don't want to be caught up in that mess because, those can hit pretty hard. How does Lower Michigan looking in the future? So Michigan, I don't think Michigan's in. Yeah, okay, well, actually, Western Michigan is in today's threat. So tomorrow, it just depends on what side of Michigan you're on. It just depends. It just depends. But we do have, not much of a tornado concern tomorrow for Michigan, so that's good news. Today, we do a little bit of a tornado risk along the northern side of Michigan here. So, that is going to be possible for a couple isolated tornadoes. Can't rule that out. A bit of gusty winds, a bit of hail. It's going to be a possibility. Am I getting those right, Sewing? That's a first. That's a first. Let's see. How is Northwest Arkansas? So I mean, like right now, you guys are chilling right now. There's not a whole lot happening at the moment for that region. Northwest Arkansas is pretty chill right now. But tomorrow, we do have a level 2 threat for that region here, which that does include a 2% tornado risk here. So, I mean, the odds are very low. It's a low-end tornado risk here. 2% chance of a tornado occurring within a 25-mile radius around you. So, that's. If you look at it the other way, it's a 98% chance it won't. So, but still, we need to watch it. We'll see what happens. But with that being said, though, we do have a greater probability for not only damaging winds but also hail. In giving this Northwest Arkansas, we do have a significant hail risk tomorrow. So that means that we very well could see potential of hail 2 inches in diameter and larger. So. We could see some big stuff out there in terms of hail. Okay, so this one warning out here by Earlsboro is getting ready to be canceled. So we have 3 minutes left. Still got an hour on that new one. Let's see. Do you remember the storm of August 16, 2024? I don't. I'm not good with remembering past events, unless it was super significant or I was in it. Moon River, you want me to look at that zip code, I guess? Yep, I got you. Gotcha. Let's see what we got going on here for you. I'm assuming you're not in South Korea, so... Okay, so this area, this is up by... Minneapolis area. Yeah, you guys at this point are good. So we've already seen, that kind of roll through the worst of it. So yeah, you guys should be pretty good at this point forward. Nothing tomorrow or the day after. So yeah, you're chilling. Is Wichita, Kansas going to get anything? So Wichita. So for tomorrow, we're pretty chill. We are in that level 2 threat in the current valid outlook here. But hopping back to radar here, let's take a peek. We got a little noodle coming through. Not severe. Far from it, actually. So we do have this line that's kind of coming through. But this is not really much of a problem here. To be quite fair, I think a lot of this is just going to be relatively fine. But we'll see what happens. I mean, there is that risk out there still from the SPC, in which we do have that level 2 threat, which does give a 5% tornado risk here, a 15% wind risk here, and a 15 significant hail risk here. So potential for hail 2 inches in diameter and larger. Given that. So, anyways. Let's see here. Gail says, can I look at New Libsyn, Wisconsin? We're under a watch right now. Can't find any other information. Yeah, I got you. So you are in, let's see here. So we do have that watch for another 2 hours. I can tell you now, there's really not much going on right now up in Wisconsin. We do, actually a lot of that just got canceled. Let's see here. Okay, so you can kind of see you're behind this line of storms, which is a good thing. So, you're right here. So the good news is that this is rolling out. This is moving out now. And behind the line is a more stable atmosphere in which severe weather is pretty much done for at this point. So, honestly, you're pretty good. You're pretty good at this point in time. I mean, this expires in 2 hours. Once you pass that initial line, which you've already done, you're good. You're good. You might get a little bit of rain. Don't get me wrong. There might be a little bit of lightning, a little bit of thunder involved, but the severity is, the severe risk is pretty much over with. So, hopefully that helps. Sniper says anything for southeastern Kansas. Let's see. So, yeah, I do know that you guys are still in that risk here. But, yeah, we just actually looked at that a minute ago. So, yeah, southeast Kansas, we have, all of that area here, that line still kind of pushing through, but you can see there's nothing severe on this line right now. You guys are in the risk area still. There is going to be that potential for, like I mentioned, a bit of severe weather. We still need to look out for that, considering we are in that level 2 threat still. 5% tornado risk here, a 15% wind risk here, and a 15% significant hail risk here. Potential for hail maybe 2 inches in diameter and larger. So, certainly is definitely something we need to look for. But, I mean, like I said, looking at current observations, I mean, it's pretty tame as of right now. But never know. Never know. What's up, Sonia? Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. You're welcome, Gail. No problem. Marcus, I got you. Let's go and take a look at your area real quickly. Let's see here. All right, so you up here in the Abilene area. So, yeah, actually right now Abilene's pretty clear. I mean, look at the radar. There's really not much going on here. So Abilene, is still in that valid day 1 outlook here for severe weather. 2% tornado risk here, 15% wind risk here. Oops. And let's see here. Actually, right on the 30% for that hail risk there. But yeah. That's that. Also, I want to mention here that we should probably keep a close eye out there for day 3, which is going to be Wednesday. Could be a little bit of severe weather in the region here. Just want to go and mention that too. So it's not going to be the only day. Oops. Let's see here. Hydra says, what are those storms in Oklahoma, where they had it? So these guys are moving relatively east-northeast here. If I pull up the radar, we'll go ahead and play this for you. So you can kind of see they're tracking relatively to the northeast here. Yeah, these are really the big ones that we're watching right now, other than the ones in Texas here, which... yeah, they actually did cancel that northern one. We still have the warning for Andrews and Seminole, Texas. This one is still in effect here. Golf ball hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. Yeah, that's pretty big hail. It's pretty big hail. So, yeah, be indoors for that one, guys. If you're out there, if you know anybody out there, just give them a call. Yeah, I know it's late, but still. Let's see here. Gail says, thank you. You're welcome. I think I already responded to that, but I appreciate it. Let's see here. Kamar, you want me to take a look at the zip code? Okay. Hopefully I'm saying your name right, man. I'm not good with names. That is something that you'll learn. Okay, so this area tomorrow. So, yeah, you do have... Here, let's bring back categorical. We do actually have a level 2 threat out here tomorrow. So that gives you a 2% tornado risk here, a 5% wind risk here, and a 15% hail risk here. And actually that hail risk is, you're right on the edge of that significance. So there could be some large hail in the area, especially east of you tomorrow. But, who knows? Who knows? That could shift westward a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying it will, but... you could be easily added into it, I should say, is what I'm trying to get there, because you're right on the edge of it, So, and plus, you can't take it to be approximate. SPC just gives a general area, just an idea of where, generally speaking, most of the severe weather and significant weather is going to be. Of course, not going to be perfect. Yep, no problem, Marcus. I got you. Let's see. Hydra says, "Will Siloam Springs be in the line of where those storms are headed?" Let's see here. Okay, I see what you're saying. So these guys, they are... I mean, obviously this is still a ways away, you know, and there's a lot that can happen to these storms by the time that they approach here. So, I mean, it's heading in that general direction, but like I mentioned, it's just that storm could be far non-more existent at that point. What I can do and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the future radar here for you guys. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up for y'all. So let's go ahead and hop you guys over here to the models. We're going to go ahead and pull this up. Okay, so let's bring up our radar on the HRRR. Let's also look at the 0 Zulu run here. Go ahead and get that rolling. So you're wondering about if they're going to go up here into northwestern Arkansas. So the HRRR, I mean, does kind of suggest fairly early that we could get some convection out there. Maybe a little bit of storm activity. I mean, nothing super big, but it does look like tomorrow afternoon HRRR does kind of suggest a bunch of grouping storms, you know, a bunch of just nasty convection essentially. So, you know, that is that. How do the dew points look like? I believe they're in the 60s and 70s. Mostly 60s. Here, I can bring up this real quickly. Let's hop y'all back over here real quick. Alright, so yeah, dew points right now in the upper 60s. Upper 60s. So great. Yeah, there's really good moisture supply out here. Let's see here. Tim says Dominator 3 is on that storm in Nebraska. 5% tornado risk tomorrow. Gotcha. Very cool. All right, so let's go ahead and fast forward to current moment. So, you know what? They actually just went ahead and removed that tornado watch. I had a feeling that they probably would, to be honest with you. I mean, up here in Wisconsin, you know, those storms out here are not really doing much. It's not really doing much right now. Right now, really the only thing we got going for us is these couple of warnings here. We have Okmulgee. I forgot how I said that previously. But this one's for golf ball hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. So that includes Morris and let's see here, Brundage, Shelter, Park Wheeler Corner. Let's see, Layden, Preston. So we got 36 minutes on that one here. Here, let's bring up our radar here. Okay. Let's hop back over here to Texas real quickly. Okay, so we got Andrews, Frankel City, and a severe thunderstorm warning here in Texas, which also includes Welch, Pride, Grandview, and Ashmore. Got 21 minutes left here. Actually, we got an outflow boundary on this one. Y'all see that? So essentially, this is just cold downdraft air coming in from the storm. Or pushing out away from the storm, I should say. So those are also known as gust fronts, in which they can definitely get a little gusty. Just wanted to take a peek at my radar real quick. Florida's been dry, dude. I tell you. It's just been, we need our rainy season. Actually, we had a little bit of storms north of me today, which was pretty interesting, but they weren't here. It's been so dry, dude. Our grass is like brown here in Florida, which is not really common. But, I mean, here at any time, we should pull back into our rainy season. So yeah, guys, we're just gonna be on standby. You know, I'm still gonna be here, of course, but we're just gonna be kind of low key chilling right now. You know, like we mentioned here, there's just a couple of warnings that we're watching. You know, the environment here is still, you know, capable, you know, of all hazards. You know, tornadoes, winds, and hail, in which, you know, we're still kind of looking out for. So you know, we're gonna be here for you guys to help out for a little bit. And, you know, if y'all have any questions throughout the stream, you know, feel free to let us know. Like I mentioned, you know, I'm here to help you guys, too. I'm not just here to show you what's going on. I'm here also to help you and kind of, you know, get you in the right direction. Kind of let you guys know what's going on, you know. So, I mean, if there's any zip code or anything like that you want me to pull up here, you know, take a look at, you know, don't hesitate to put it in the chat. I'll be more than happy to check for you. Yeah, look at the infrared there. Wow. Okay, so we got 33 minutes here, y'all. I'll tell you what I want to do. I'm going to bring up the meso analysis real quickly. Let me bring in the meso analysis here. We got to bring in the big guns. Okay, so let's hop back over here to the Midwest and stuff. So here's our instability. Yeah. I mean, most of that's free to rise, or it looks like that there could be a little warm layer trying to develop here. I think a lot of this might be trying to cap out. Here, let me look at models. I'm curious to see. Yeah, let's hop back to models here. I'm curious to kind of see how the cap's gonna be presented here. So let me overlay the cape. Okay, so there's our all this is capped out, meaning that, you know, there's a warm layer in the atmosphere preventing storms from convecting. So current time is 2 a.m. or so, roughly. So, I mean, yeah, you can see. I mean, HRRR, you know, the model here that we're looking at really does show most of the environment, while there is still tons of instability. You know, tons of fuel for storms and stuff. You know, most of it's just capped out, you know, and you know that's only why we got such limited storm activity. But you know, tomorrow when we get that diurnal heating, you know, the daylight heating essentially, when we start warming up the surface again, it's going to break through that warm layer. The warm layer at that point will become the cooler layer. So, and that'll open up the environment again. I mean, it kind of does seem like that there is, yep, there's your warm layer right there. See that little bulge right here? So that's what preventing convection. So you need the atmosphere to cool down as you go up in altitude, not warm up or stay constant, because then nothing will really happen. Apparently there's some breaks in Missouri. According to HRRR here, northern Missouri. And not much going on though. It's pretty garbage. Yep, no problem, Scott. Let's see here. We'll be watching you for hurricane season. Sounds good, Moon. Yeah, it'll be happening before you know it, man. You know, It's getting close. I mean, we're only about a month out from hurricane season. Though typically it takes another month or so for things to really start going. It's not really until, like, I've noticed July or August before stuff really starts ramping up. But, it depends on the season. What about, how will it be in Clarksville, Tennessee? So Tennessee tonight is pretty good. Tomorrow, though, we do a little bit here. Let me go and bring up Clarksville. Okay, so we're in a level 1 threat tomorrow. So that's a marginal. That's a low-end risk for severe weather. The good news is that there is no tornado risk out here. So we're not expecting any tornadic activity over here. However, in terms of that, we do have a 5% chance for gusty winds. Basically, within the storm, we could have some damaging wind gusts here upwards of 60 miles an hour. So in terms of hail, we do have a 5% chance for hail, which, we could get potential hail, essentially, 1 to 2 inches in diameter. Nothing significant, but that's that. Yeah, tomorrow we do have, like I said, another enhanced risk here. The level 3 threats for areas of Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York State. So the reason that's actually enhanced here is not because of tornadoes. Tornado threat's actually fairly low tomorrow up here. The reason is because of wind. The damaging wind threat, we have a 30% risk for damaging winds here, which most of it should be gusting. If we did get damaging winds, those gusts would be mostly ranging between 60 to 70 miles an hour in terms of gusts. Remember, this is gusts, not constant wind speeds either. Okay, appreciate it. Yep, no problem. No problem. So this is from now until 0800 UTC. This is our thunderstorm probability chart. So we have a 40% chance across this turquoise blue, which is out here by northern Texas, cutting through Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, Illinois. There's a 10% chance of kind of across this brownish color. Then up here in northern Michigan, we actually have a 70% chance up here in the red. So this is our this is our thunderstorm probability. So I just figured I'd mention that here. Excessive rainfall risk here. We do have a level 2 threat for excessive rainfall today up here in central southern Oklahoma, north central Texas. The overall the overall threat for flooding extends all the way down from pretty much Mexico all the way up to Canada. This is cuts through Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Minnesota, North South Dakota, a little bit of let's see here, Wyoming, and a little bit of Montana here as well, Wisconsin, upper state Michigan too. Then tomorrow, actually, we have look at that. We actually have a moderate risk for flooding tomorrow. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, tomorrow we got a level 3 out of 4 threat for flooding. That's going to cut through Oklahoma and Texas here. Day after that, which this is going to be day 3, which is on Wednesday still, I believe. We are talking another level 3 threat. So in terms of rainfall, let's see here. Let me actually bring this up real quickly. Says a rainfall here. So that's the excessive rainfall outlook. Forgot. There's a way that I'm still kind of getting used to this program here. Oh, where is it? That's not it, is it? No. Is this it? Daily? There we go. Okay. Yep, so here for tomorrow, yeah, you guys are definitely going to get quite a bit of precipitation out here. I mean, a good possible 3 inches or so. From the Wichita Falls area, up into Oklahoma out there. Could certainly get quite a bit of heavy rain. So yeah, now it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? And then Wednesday here, we could see pretty good amount of rainfall on the western side of Arkansas. But yeah, tomorrow certainly is going to be some heavy stuff, especially in these regions here, which, I mean, like I mentioned here, I mean, it really kind of lines up with that moderate risk that we have, Moon River, not really. No, I'm not really much into astronomy as I am meteorology. Although I do find it pretty interesting, though. It's just not my full cup of tea. Okay, so they did issue a new warning south of Lubbock. This is up in Texas, out there by Taoka, out by Wilson. This one's for 23 minutes here. Quarter size hail, 60 mile per hour wind gusts here. We still have that one southwest of that for Andrews and actually now east of Seminole, Texas, for ping pong ball hail. So that'll be 1.5 inches in diameter. Yep, right there. So 1.5 inches in diameter there. Then lastly, we do have another warning out here in Okmulgee, out by Morris and Shelter area, which, yeah, that backstorm just pretty much fell apart. But this one is 23 minutes for golf ball hail still, and 60 mile an hour wind gusts out by Morris and Okmulgee. What's up, Nancy? Saying, hi, what about Greenfield, Ohio in Highland County? Thank you. Yep, no problem. Let me bring up Ohio for you. All right, so you... Okay, so you, my friend, yeah, you're going to be in that level... first of all, you're in that level 1 flooding threat out here. Just want to mention that. So in terms of the convective outlook, actually, you're in that level 3 threat. You're in the enhanced risk here, that level 3 severe weather threat. So that gives you a, let's see, actually, you're just outside of that tornado risk here, but barely. Odds of tornadoes is very low. However, we do have a 30% wind risk out there. Potential for gusty winds upwards of 60 to 70 miles an hour. In terms of hail, we got ourselves a 15% risk out here for hail, essentially 1 to 2 inches in diameter. So main concern is going to be damaging winds following that hail threat. Then that, like I said, just barely even any concern for tornadoes out there. What's up, Brian? Saying hi. How about the zip code for later today? Yep, no problem. Got you. So you, my friend, are not super far away from this last area you just looked at. So, same thing kind of applies to you. You're in that level 3 severe weather threat out here. So, we still do have a decent risk for severe weather. So that is a decent risk out there. 2% chance for tornadoes, pretty low probability. We do have a 30% chance probability here for damaging wind gusts. So we certainly could have some gusty winds out there. 30% chance of that occurring within a 25-mile radius around you. And then in terms of hail, we get a 15% risk out there for hail. Essentially, 1 to 2 inches in diameter hail size could be possible in the area. So odds are still fairly low. And remember, not everybody will see severe weather in the risk area. That's something you guys got to really take into consideration here, is that, the odds is just probability based off of, a 25-mile radius around you. So hopefully that helps, Brian. Yeah, it looks like the environment really opens up right around noon tomorrow. You can see that, all this kind of darker shade here, this is all that capping that we have, that warm layer in the atmosphere preventing convection, essentially. That kind of breaks it off. You can kind of see that just kind of fizzles out. So we heat up the surface again, and then by tomorrow afternoon, the environment should be more than capable of, doing some severe weather again. We got some pretty steep lapse rates here. I mean, we're talking pretty good instability here. Wind shear shouldn't be as significant, though, as it was today. So that's certainly good. We just still do got some curvature to our photographs here and there. Indicating maybe still a little tornado threat, but like we mentioned, honestly fairly weak, because our lower level shear is not as significant as it was yesterday. So yeah, that explains that that 2% though. I mean, yes, the environment is capable of it, but the wind shear is fairly on the weaker side. We do have that that 5% tornado risk up here by Wichita Falls area tomorrow, which let's take a peek at that real quickly. Okay, you can see a little bit of a curvature. Pretty weak lower level shear though. You see, we break that warm layer there. Okay. Whoa. Alright, let's hop back here, y'all. Yeah, but we do have that. We do have that 5% tomorrow. So, yeah, tornadoes tomorrow is not going to be as much of a problem. Not even nearly as much of an issue. But still can't rule them out. The good news is that we're not expecting any significant tornadoes or anything like that tomorrow, too. So, that is certainly some good news. What's up, K-Jack? Hope you're doing good. Hope you are doing good. Yeah, you're welcome, Brian. No problem. Okay, so we still have 17 minutes left on this warning here. The one up in Oklahoma. This one is out there by Okmulgee, by Morris here. This one has 17 minutes here for $half hail. So they actually downgraded it. I think it was a golf ball hail. They downgraded now to $half size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. But we only have 17 minutes left on that one. Got 2 minutes left on the Andrews one in Texas. By Welch and Ashmore. This one is 2 minutes to go. Ping pong ball hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. And another one out there by Tahoka, which is south of Lubbock, Texas. This one is 17 minutes here for quarter hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds, which is, yeah, pretty low-end stuff, but still classified as severe. Still need to be indoors, away from windows. Anthony says, thanks for everything you do. You're awesome. I appreciate that, Anthony. You're very welcome. No problem. Scott, you said you hear thunder. Kansas? It could be that little weak line that we were just looking at a little bit ago. That little noodle. Yeah. So this stuff over here is not too crazy. Nothing severe on this line you can kind of see. I mean, it's just kind of a little weak line of storms. I mean, not much on it. Here, let's see where you said you were. You were in... Okay, so you're around these guys. Got it. Yeah, so yeah, these ones aren't really much of a problem. I mean, they got a little bit of lightning detection on them. No rotation going on. Yeah, we're pretty chill. Yeah, these storms aren't really much going on. Tell you what, Iowa definitely dodged quite a bullet today. What's up, Eric? Hope you're doing good. So we got a little bit of a line still going through Wisconsin. Like we mentioned, they just canceled that tornado watch here a little bit ago, not too long ago. You know, that's we're still kind of watching that line there. I mean, yes, the environment still, in theory, is going to be capable you know, producing severe weather and stuff. I mean, if we take a look up here towards the upper Midwest, let's see here, on this line. There we go. It's being a little weird. Anthony says, when do I expect Miami, Oklahoma to start getting some storms in? Wasn't that like northeastern Oklahoma? Okay. Yeah, you guys are pretty calm right now. You can see right here. The only really thing we have going on is just that set of storms well to your southwest. It's kind of hard to say, to be honest with you. Models have not been the best. So according to the HRRR, which I'll go ahead and show you over the future models real quickly. So according to the HRRR, here you can see you're right here, right? So northeast Oklahoma. So yeah, you're right here. So we work way down in time. You can kind of see we start to build in maybe some storms here early. 7 a.m. Eastern. That'd be 6 Central. So that'd be 6 your time. You know, sometime around kind of mid morning. And that could persist into the afternoon. I mean, HRRR kind of suggests quite a bit of convection, quite a bit of storm activity out there potentially. But at least for now, we're pretty chill, you know. Something says I'm back since I was here in Thunder. Oh, let me check on your area here. I don't know how you're here in Thunder out there. Where you're at, there's not even any storms. I want to check on that. Here, let me hop back over here real quickly. Yeah, you can see, I mean, there's really not much going on out here by you. We got some clutter. I think these are actually windmills. I mean, the only thing we do have is this little line here that's pretty much just falling apart, it looks like, which is to your northwest. You can actually see that, I think this is the front. I think that might be an outflow boundary. You know, you can see that boundary there pushing through. You know, you're going to have a little bit of gusty winds on that once that passes through. Casey says, got some lightning going in on Tulsa. Oh. You know what? We do have reports of lightning out there at Tulsa. And that storm is pretty far away. Wow. You know what? That just goes to show you how far away lightning can strike from a thunderstorm. I mean, look at that. I was wondering when the tornado watch expired for Falls City, Nebraska. A little over an hour ago, I think, because I did see that before we went live. I think they still had that watch out there, or was that Kansas? I don't remember. They did cancel the watches for Wisconsin though. Those are gone. Yeah, we actually have no watches out right now, so we're chilling. Like I said, the cap is mostly built back in for the most part, which is good news. Probably almost about 100 miles away. I mean, that's... I don't think 100 miles. I don't know about that far, but certainly far. I could check, though. So from Tulsa to the storm, we'll just say right here on the edge of the storm. This is 22 miles. And this is 38 miles from the middle of it. Huh. They did just actually issue a new severe thunderstorm warning south of Tulsa here. This is for Checotah, out here by Wainwright, Summit, Boynton, Council Hill, Hitchita, Hoffman area for 40 minutes here. 60-mile-an-hour winds and $half hail. Okay. Yeah, this was issued 6 minutes ago. Oh, we got a new warning up here. Looks like they... Oh, yeah, they did actually... Wow, look at that outflow boundary there. You see that? Little gust front? Right there. So that's that cold downburst air. But they did issue a new warning here on that. South of Seminole, Texas. North of Andrews, Texas here on this warning. Or on the storm here. Ping pong ball hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds on it. I mean, that's certainly some pretty big hail. Yeah, you can see a bit of a hail core going on. That pinkish color showing high in reflectivity. Yep, so heads up out there for the Grinsdale Edition area between Andrews and Seminole, Texas. I want to say this is mostly rural, but this includes McKenzie Lake and Flory, Texas. Then we got another warning to the northeast of that. 7 minutes out there by Tahoka. Whoa, 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts? When did that happen? Issued 8 minutes ago. West Texas Mesonet apparently reported 80-mile-an-hour. Dude, that was only warned for 60. What? Hold on, let me bring up this. This should have it. Should have the report. No. That is ridiculous. 80-mile-an-hour winds. I don't know how strong of it was. Yeah, if you look at the previous warning, it was for 60. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and we're now up to 80, dude. I wonder if that'll come in soon. Gee, that's crazy. Well, there you have it. 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts on that storm. It's actually been observed, too. This is not radar indicated. This is, like, the real deal. That's pretty crazy. Let's see. Watch from Utah. Is this anywhere near Amarillo, Texas? So Amarillo is to the north of where these storms are at. So you can see Amarillo is actually pretty chill right now. There's not a lot going on in the Amarillo area. Yeah, not really much going on out there. This is all south of you guys. Yeah, Amarillo will be good. The only thing is that we have a little risk for severe weather on Wednesday. But today, tomorrow, we're pretty chill. Pretty good. Oh, we got a new outlook. New day one outlook they just updated here. Let's look at it. Ooh. No way. Okay. So we got a new day one outlook. They actually just added this big 5% tornado risk here for Oklahoma. For Ohio, sorry. Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York State. We still got that. I think they expanded that 5% down here in Texas and Oklahoma. Wow. Okay. Well, that's new. Oh, that hasn't updated, obviously. Still got that 30 sig hail threat. The wind threat didn't update yet. Anyways, so there's the new update. Ryan says we looked at how bad today could have been. Absolutely. You know, the main limiter today was getting lift. You know, getting that warm air off the ground. I mean, because we had tons of instability, tons of wind shear, tons of moisture. I mean, it was loaded today, but initiation just didn't happen really. I mean, we had some, of course, but number of storms is not super many. You know, which is good. We did look out today for sure. Kelly says, "Thank you. Husband sleeping in a truck and a truck driver. One night watch for him. Thank you for what you do. Yep, no problem. You're welcome. And if you have any questions, let me know. Okay." Yeah, so you can see Amarillo here. This is the day one outlook. This is a general thunderstorm risk here. So this is just potential maybe for an isolated thunderstorm, but nothing big. You know, nothing severe. Not the big scary stuff. That's going to be south. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, okay? Oh, we got a new warning here for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter hail, so they did drop that a little bit. But yeah, look at that, 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Radar indicated. I still can't believe that one went 80, dude. That's pretty nuts. West Texas Mesonet. That's a weather station. Fun fact, I actually own a Mesonet at my place here. How do I feel about the new Mesoscale discussion for southern Kansas and Oklahoma overnight? Did they issue a new one? I didn't even see it. I need to overlay that again real quickly. Sure did. Watch possible 60% chance. Storms in the forecast are increasing coverage along. Or possibly just ahead of the cold front, pushes south from Kansas and Oklahoma surrounding. Local damaging wind gusts, sporadic large hail be possible. Panhandle, wind aloft. Okay. Tornado intensity 85 to 115 miles an hour. It's pretty low. Peak wind gust 65 to 80 miles an hour. Most probable peak hail size anywhere from 1.5 inches to 2.5 inches in diameter. I mean, they gave it a 60% chance for a watch being issued here. I mean, looking at the radar now, I mean, it's pretty chill. Let me bring up HRRR here. Let's see what the newest run suggests. So let's hop over to models here. So yeah, that was that convection that we were dealing with here. And then there's that line. So HRRR kind of has... Oh! Yeah, look at that. So apparently, within the next hour, it looks like we're going to start to get some cell growth in northwest Oklahoma here. Let's see here. Yeah, there's a bit of a warm layer, a bit of a capping inversion here right now, and it looks like we have a brief window of that breaking. And because of that frontal boundary that's kind of pushing through, that's going to create that source of lift to initiate storms. And then once they get going, it should be able to just continue like dominoes. So, yeah, I mean, I could see that. Here, let's take a look at the current radar. Let's see what we got going on here right now. So this is just clutter. We can confirm this by looking at correlation coefficient. Yep, no similar sizes. Yeah, that's certainly interesting here. I mean, I gave it a 60% chance. I mean, that's more than likely, you know. That's most, I mean, it has a better chance of happening than it doesn't. Here, let me hop over here to back to meso analysis real quickly. Let's peek at northwestern Oklahoma here. Yep, so there's that warm layer there. You can see that's preventing convection right now. I mean, the environment, though, there's tons of instability. Wind shear is pretty good. We do have a little bit of veering profile here. That's really weird. Yeah, if we can break that warm layer, that cap, then should be free to convect. Yeah, I mean, we'll certainly look at it. Keep an eye on that region there. I mean, if we hop up to the north, you can kind of see we have some storms out by Wichita right now. Yeah, far from anything severe currently, but all right, let's see. We're going to take a little bit of an update here on the severe thunderstorm warning here south of Tulsa, including Morris, Okmulgee, Shelter, Dewar, I think it is, by Council Hill, Rainwrights, Boynton, Summit, Chakota, and out there by Otaha. I ain't sure I saying that one. 60-mile winds and $half hail on that one too. So yeah, 1.25 inches in diameter. All right, hopping over here south of Lubbock, Texas, southeast of Lubbock for the town of Post. And New Lynn, also Pleasant Valley, Closed City, Grassland, Redwine. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for an hour for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts here. And on top of that, quarter-size hail, too. Can't be ruled out either. So, and then southwest of that, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect southeast of Seminole, Texas for Flory. 42 minutes on that one there. 60-mile-an-hour winds and $half size hail. So, let's see. Ryan says earlier the tornado intensity went up to 150 miles an hour. Hail is up to 3.5 inches. Like I said, we looked out earlier. Yeah, no, we sure did. Sure did. I mean, if we had better a better lifting mechanism, then we could have certainly got more convection. I mean, like I mentioned, yeah, the environment was certainly primed. You know, we had tons of instability, tons of moisture, tons of wind shear. I mean, we had it all. Sure did get lucky. But yeah, they did put a 60% chance of a watch being issued. So just want to let you guys know that too. So this red circled area here, this is where the Storm Prediction Center is considering issuing a severe thunderstorm watch here. Mostly from what I saw, was hail and damaging winds. Pretty some damaging winds. Let's see, where did they say that? Locally damaging gusts and sporadic large hail be possible. Yeah, so that's going to be the main concern. Probability of watch issuance 60%. Severe potential watch possible for southern Kansas and much of northern Oklahoma here. And like we just looked at here a minute ago, which I'll go and show you guys again, like the HRRR suggests that cap breaks and we get some convection that starts here within the next hour or so. You can see now, this is 3 a.m. It's 2 a.m. Eastern right now. You know, pretty clear. Then we break that cap somewhere between 3 and 5 a.m. Eastern. Should be 2 and 4 a.m. Central. I mean, we still got some curvy hodos. So, you know, I wouldn't rule out some tornadic concerns either. Likely not anything significant, but I mean, that's certainly some veering. Yeah, if we can get some storms going off on that, then we'll see what happens. How are the dew points running? Pretty good, or is the atmosphere prime for storms? So dew points are actually in the mid-upper 60s. They are solid. Yeah, there's nothing wrong there. Yeah, the dew points are quite something else. I can even show you guys. Here, let's bring back the models real quickly. I'll show y'all. Yeah, look at this. So the yeah, our dew points are going to be well in the 60s. Oops. Yeah, mid-upper 60s. I mean, our wind shear is still pretty decent out here, too. I mean, our mid-level winds are still a good 50 knots. Let's see. Is Columbia, Missouri in for any bad weather? Didn't we already look at that earlier? If not, I will check anyways, just to make sure. So Columbia is actually pretty good. Yeah, the new oh, that's a new risk. Okay. So, yeah, we're pretty good out here in Columbia, so nothing really big. We do have a general thunderstorm risk here, which gives potential for a couple booms of thunder later today, but nothing big. Tomorrow, being Wednesday, we do have a level 1 severe weather threat here. No tornado risk, really. We do have 5% wind risk here, and that's about it. So, yeah, just a little bit of gusty winds tomorrow being possible, but pretty low odds. I also do want to mention they did actually add a 5% tornado risk tomorrow, Wednesday, for the Dallas-Fort Worth area here, which also extends into portions of southeastern Oklahoma and western Arkansas. So we now have a 5% chance here for Wednesday for tornadoes. 15% wind risk here. And 15% hail risk, so a decent little setup there for Wednesday. Yeah, and then tomorrow, or today at this point, yeah, today at this point, we do have 2 enhanced risk areas. Glinda says, is there anything bad for Johnson City, Tennessee? So Johnson City, yeah, you guys are good today. There's nothing expected to be severe. You can see you're in a general thunderstorm risk here. Once again, potential for some storms, but nothing severe today. Tomorrow, same thing, nothing big. Yeah, so we're pretty good. Next couple of days, we're chilling. Nothing big. Let's see here. Springfield, Missouri, just winds, I think, are the risk here. So Springfield is in that level 2 threat for today. Springfield does have a 2% chance for tornadoes. So, I mean, yeah, the odds are very low. Odds of getting a tornado is extremely low. But we can't rule out an isolated tornado or two in the general region. Damaging winds, we do have a 15% risk out there for that, and hail, actually, we do have a 15% risk out there as well. So Glinda, it is going to be possible for all hazards. I mean, tornadoes not much of a big concern. Just a little 2% right on the edge of it, but I mean, between winds and hail, they're both 15% risk areas. So. These guys says I'm not ready for Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday we got to be weather aware out here. Across a lot of the areas of Texas and Oklahoma, Arkansas region. Glinda says, I did hear something about May 1st being rough for my area. What do I think? I don't think SPC has any extended range outlooks, which May 1st, let's see, for Thursday, yeah, as of now, there's no current risks for the 1st. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. But as of now, there's no risk from SPC. But yeah, nothing as of right now to worry about. All right, let's hop back to the models here real quickly. So, like I mentioned, we're kind of watching right now, kind of waiting for these guys. So HRRR has been kind of constantly suggesting that we get some storms developing here within the next couple of hours. They kind of shoot up through Oklahoma and Kansas, working their way eastward through Missouri and Arkansas tomorrow afternoon. What's up, Polly? Welcome. Yeah, sorry if I'm not super talkative, guys. I am, like, very tired. I just want you guys to know that. It is 2:30 in the morning here. You know, I'm still on normal sleep schedule. I'm just trying to push through. All right, so we got a couple severe thunderstorm warnings going on here, and it's just southeast of Lubbock, essentially east of Lubbock, southeast. We got a warning out here southeast of east of Seminole, Texas. $50 hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gust, including Flory, Grinsdale edition. Got another warning northeast of that for the city of Post, including Graham, Grassland. Let's see, 70-mile-an-hour winds and quarter hail on that one. Northeast of that, we have Spur, Dickens. Let's see, Crofton, Elton, East Afton, for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail. And then we have one warning in southeast of Tulsa, Oklahoma, for the towns of Summit, Oklahoma, Rainwright, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and $50 hail. Burning the midnight oil, yeah, certainly. Ryan says, check velocity south of Lubbock. There's some small rotation in your post. Are you talking about this? So there's a lot of outbound winds. There's not much inbound winds. It's leading me to believe it's just straight line winds, or not a line of winds, but you know, just outbound winds. I don't think there's much inbound going on here. Yeah, so for the people who don't know how to read radar, velocity anyways, I should say, the green represents, so our radar in this case is up here. Okay, so this is our radar. So the green represents that air kind of coming towards the radar. The red kind of goes away from radar. You can see that this storm over here has some pretty strong gusts and moving away from radar, so that's going this way. In this little pocket here, this is just a little bit of winds going away from radar. I don't see any really heavy rotation or anything like that, though. I'll tell you what, though. That is certainly some strong velocities on that storm up here. That one that was that that had 80-mile-an-hour winds on it earlier. Yeah, look at that outflow boundary there on that storm. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, that report never came through. It came from West Texas Mesonet, apparently. The West Texas Mesonet station reported 80, somewhere around 80 miles an hour or so. Maybe 70 something. Oh, yeah. I mean, you can definitely see just that strong downburst of winds that just kind of rolled through. Still ongoing. Actually, still getting some pretty heavy velocities here. I mean, radar's showing good 60 miles an hour or so. At 13 kilometers. Sorry, 13,000 feet, sorry. I don't know why I said kilometers. I mean, that is fairly high up, though, that's being scanned. So you got to remember that just because it's 60 miles an hour up here does not mean it's going to be down there. This could just be the jet stream carrying that precipitation far away. So. Sea Sky, it's a little early to tell timing. A couple days out. What about Missouri? So Missouri does need to be weather aware today, especially the mostly the southern side of Missouri, where we have that level 2 threat out here. Yeah, northern Missouri later today is going to be relatively good. We do have a marginal for a lot of Missouri also Wednesday. So, yeah, it's just heads up for especially the southern side of Missouri later tomorrow, which we do have a little 2% tornado risk out here. They did actually connect that, I'm pretty sure. That was not there last time. 15% wind risk here. And a 15% hail risk, actually. Southwestern Missouri, actually, there's a few areas that we could see possibly some significant hail. So, we shall see. You're in Kansas City? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Kansas City is going to be pretty good. Yeah, so you can see Kansas City's, we're in a general thunderstorm risk here. Gives potential for a couple booms of thunder being possible, but, nothing severe expected. Then I mean, even Wednesday, you're good at this point. Yeah, this area is also still in that level 0, that thunderstorm risk here. But the point of which it becomes severe starts with the dark green. That's a marginal, level 1 threat. The scale goes to 5. Yellow is level 2 threat, and that's maximum risk here for Wednesday, tomorrow. And then today we have maximum level 3 in the orange, level 1 in the yellow, or level 1 in the green, level 2 in the yellow, level 3 in the orange here. So, see here. Thank you so much. Yep, no problem. You're welcome. I'm here for you. We got a new warning southeast of Tulsa. Is this new, or is this just me being dumb like usual? Paradise Hill, Braggs, Fort Gibson. I think this is new. Yeah, 6 minutes ago. That's new. Okay. This is for 60 mile an hour wind gusts and $50 hail. Let's see here. If it's not too much of a bother, can you look at the ingredients for Thursday in my area? Aren't you in Eastern Tennessee? I'm gonna need to pull up the NAM should reach that, right? Mid-range. Here, let's pull up NAM. Thermodynamics. We'll go ahead and bring up our instability. Let's see, Thursday. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so there is fuel for storms on Thursday out here in eastern Tennessee. The only thing, though, yeah, our wind shear's fairly weak. Ooh, that's a weird sounding. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what it's glitching a little bit, but yeah, this is our sounding here. You know, we have some instability, we have fuel for storms, but our wind shear is extremely weak. So, you know, storm organization becoming super dangerous storms is not really going to happen, considering how weak our winds are. So we might just get some thunderstorms, but nothing big, nothing severe. So we have fuel for storms, but that's about it. You know, I mean, we got good moisture too, I ain't gonna lie, but you know, it's like baking a cake. If you miss one of the ingredients, it's not going to turn out well. That's exactly what's going on here. You know, you need winds throughout the atmosphere, really strong winds. I mean, our lower mid-level winds are very weak. We have some fuel. We have a good amount of moisture, but just doesn't all add up. Now, you can still get some storms out of that. Don't get me wrong. If we have a lifting mechanism, if we have a source of lift, then yes, we could get some storms in that environment, but nothing to worry about, really. Doesn't look like. Is this a new warning? 13 minutes ago. 11 minutes ago. Wait, hold on a minute. Are these new? No, post. Okay, never mind. No, these are not new. We've seen these ones. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. Miss D says you're absolutely amazing. I appreciate that, my friend. Hey, like I mentioned, if you guys have anything that you need help with or anything, let me know. With how fast these winds are flowing, do I think QLCS is possible? I mean, HRRR did kind of suggest a squall line. Kind of. Here, let's bring back up the models here and I'll show you. Yeah, so here, let me bring this over here. So you can see HRRR does kind of suggest a little line of storms here. Not a full-blown, like, large squall line, but we could get some straight line wind type of action going on there. Let's see what NAM 3K shows. NAM 3K is the king of squall lines. If it'll load, there we go. You know what? Surprisingly, that's very accurate to what HRRR was showing. That's good. That's good. Good confidence there. You know, if you have models that are on sync like that, that's usually a good sign that, hey, that might actually happen. You know. But yeah, like I mentioned, not a full-blown squall line though. I mean, we could get a bit of a possible little Boeing segment of storms coming through, but eh. Still no watch has been issued yet. We'll see if they do that or not. Like I mentioned, that's 60% chance that a Mesoscale discussion expires in an hour. Still got a bit of a warm layer up there. Like I said, if that cap can break, which models suggest it, we could start to get some storms firing out there. Because there is some pretty good lift out here. because of that front, you know. It's just that warm layer. You can see that bulge right here. This is just, the environment needs to cool as you go up in altitude, not warm. Or at least stay it's the same temperature as your air parcel, because at that point it'll just be neutrally buoyant. We'll be moving from Kansas to Florida, totally different weather. I live in Florida, so what's this? New Mesoscale discussions. This precipitation. Heavy rainfall, flash flooding possible. Increasing coverage of thunderstorms for northern Oklahoma, Kansas. Yeah, they're really confident about this, aren't they? I mean, models are too. I mean, like I mentioned, you know, HRRR and NAM showed that bit of convection starting. I mean, yeah, they are set to get quite a bit of rain, though. Here, let me bring back the rainfall here for today. Yeah, I mean, like we mentioned, yeah, certainly could get quite a bit of rainfall out here. Upwards of 3 or more inches. Sea sky, to be honest with you, it's been super dry here in Florida. Everything's dying. Our grass is completely brown right now. It's turning brown because of the lack of rain. I think models, yeah, let me check for me real quickly. I think models did suggest me out here getting some type of precipitation coming soon. So we had a little bit of there. What is that? A little showers. I live out here. Very dry mid upper level atmosphere. Very weak wind shear, especially in our lower levels too. Anyways, let's hop back over here. Oh, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning here for Spur and Dickens, Texas, east of Lubbock. What is this for? 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail. So hail's no longer a severe concern. Like I mentioned previously, hail has to be quarter size or larger to be considered severe. And now we're under the threshold of quarter size. So we're down to 0.88 instead of 1 inch. But still, 70-mile-an-hour winds, that's still a big concern. So we still need to be indoors away from windows and stuff. Which, I mean, you can see that outflow here on the velocity. I mean, like I mentioned, though, this is still a good... still is a good 10,000, 15,000 feet up, though. Plants are doing awesome. Gotcha. How's Muskogee, Oklahoma? Muskogee, right? Muskogee, maybe. We do have a warning out here for Muskogee. We got 30 minutes left on it. 60-mile-an-hour winds and $0.5 size hail. I prefer light showers than a cone of wind heading towards me. Yeah, I hear you. Those cone of winds are not very friendly, are they? Can we see the Toronto cap? I do not know what it called for today. You want to look at the temperature inversion for Toronto? I don't think HRRR suggests or goes out there, does it? Here, let's take a peek back in the models real quickly. So yeah, I mean the cap does break for the Toronto area in the afternoon. Yeah, I mean we have good moisture still. Still got some decent instability. Good wind shear. There you have it. The second was right. Muskogee, right? Not Muskogee. It's Muskogee? Not Muskogee. Muskogee. Okay. I think I got it. Just had a half-inch hail drop through. I have no idea how you say that right, Ryan. That was fun. Yeah, at least it wasn't, you know, dump truck size hail. Or anything super crazy like that. Is anything happening up in Oklahoma? Yeah, I mean you can see that boundary there. You see that that front here? You can see it. That's your lifting mechanism. It's just there's still a capping inversion. There still is a cap, and so that lift is just air ain't doing. It's not convecting because there's a warm layer still. But according to models, that warm layer should break, and that should start popping off storms. So who knows? Can I explain how those sound models work? They're called soundings. They basically just take temperature data from the models that are projected. Here, let me show you. I'm not going to do a full deep analysis into what every little thing means, but I'll give you the basics. So this is called a skew-T chart here, and you got your hodograph. So on the right-hand side, you have wind barbs. Think of this as your surface level, and you go up in altitude, right? So this is these little marker here kind of show you what level you're at. You can also look at pressure to give a rough estimate of altitude. The green line represents your dew point. Red line represents your temperature. This is your parcel path, which is the white line. Closer your dew point and your temperature are together, higher the humidity. Higher the dew point, more potential moisture can be held in the atmosphere. Yeah, this is your cape essentially between your parcel path and your temperature line. This is your cape, your fuel for storms. These are wind barbs indicating their direction and speed. So that's that. So this is a hodograph. It takes the wind shear north, south, east, west. It goes off. So these are in knots. These are speeds in knots. So it just shows you kind of which way the wind's going, how fast it's going at a certain layer of the atmosphere. This is just a bunch of nonsense I'm not going to fully go into right now. You know, your kinematics. Yeah. There you go. Quick breakdown. Hopefully that helps. Okay. check up on Wisconsin. Oh, dude, that thing's died out. That little line we had is just completely dead. Still got a little bit of multi-cellular thunderstorm activity going on here. Yeah, like I mentioned, if we do get storms that do fire off here, you know, throughout like Oklahoma, which, you know, HRRR and AM3K model suggested it. You know, if we did get those storms, which is very likely, we will mostly be in for gusty winds and hail. It's a nice, just a learning moment for everyone. Yeah, well, hopefully you guys learned something new. Yeah, so you know those weather balloons that launch? They collect data, which is interpreted into a sounding, or interpreted into the charts, QT chart and hodograph. What we looked at was model projections of what the atmosphere would look like. For example, I can pull up soundings, actual soundings from this event, weather balloons. Which I'll do that now. Yeah, we should have had a fresh run at 0 UTC. This would have been 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. Man, their site is taking a while to load. So let's see. Where can we grab a sounding from? So these are actual weather balloon launches. Let's do one in Missouri here. So you can see that warm layer here. This is what's preventing storms from happening. So as you go up in altitude, so this is your 0. This is your freezing line, 0 Celsius. So you go up in altitude. Temperature decreases because you're going closer to that line. But you can see temperature actually slightly increases as you go up in altitude. And so that rising warm air needs the cooler environment around it to convect and condense. But if the surrounding air is the same temperature of that rising column of air, it neutralizes. It becomes negatively or neutrally buoyant. Therefore, it does not rise anymore. But once you break through a layer like that, it becomes positively buoyant, and that thunderstorm column rises, that updraft rises. There's just a lot of warm layers. Wow, that dew point depression is nuts. The gap between your temperature and your dew point, that's what we call dew point depression. That is just nuts. That's a huge gap. That's super dry. Goodness. Anyways. All right, y'all. To be honest with you, I'm probably going to roll off. Your boy is getting tired. Ooh, what's this? Of course. Of course. Quarter hail, 60 mile an hour wind gust. Let me pull up velocity on that. I don't like the shape this thing's kind of giving me. I mean, nothing's rotating on it. Okay. Could just be a storm shape. You never know. But, yeah, we're probably going to roll off, guys. This is, we're almost at 2 hours of coverage, and it's 3 a.m., so I need to get some sleep, dude. I'm still on my normal sleep schedule, like I mentioned. So, yeah, I'm still a little out of it. I need to get some sleep. But I appreciate everybody. Thank you all for hanging out. If you guys have any questions before I roll off here, yeah, feel free to ask them. And if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing, leaving a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. I appreciate y'all. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it. You too, Eric. Sounds good, Seats Guy. Have a good night as well. All right, everybody. Well, we're going to go ahead and head off here. Sorry. Your boy's getting tired. I need to get some Z's. But stream's going to head off here in 1 minute. So go ahead and say your final goodbyes to your friends, your family, anybody you're hanging out with in the chat. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll do some update videos and stuff, I think, tomorrow. So I need to actually work on my hurricane forecasts. I might do that tomorrow. And then maybe I'll stream tomorrow night for something. I don't know. Too late to figure that out. I'll figure it out tomorrow. All right, everybody. Thank you all for joining. You guys take care. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Be careful. Stay safe out there. And all right, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, my friends. See ya later on.